Upon my appointment, I asked to be briefed on all high-profile cases. One of the cases I was briefed on was the rendition case mentioned above in paragraph 16. After the briefing, it became clear to me that the investigation had not been conducted independently and impartially in line with the IPID Act. This was because members of SAP's crime intelligence had conducted the investigation and had presented their case file to IPID. In the case file, there were some statements that appeared to implicate Ramat and Sabir. I was not satisfied with this, as CI do not have an investigative function, and this smacked of an attempt by CI to present their work as work of an independent IPID.
So, in your affidavit before Judge Zondo, you deal with the issue of Generals Ramat and Sabir from paragraph 19 and at paragraph 22, which is on page 124 of the same document.
Yes, yes.
You refer to 21 rather. On 18 March 2014, IPID issued a final report to the National Director of Public Prosecutions on this matter, which effectively exonerated Ramat and Sabir. The findings and the recommendations in this report were based on a thorough review of all the available evidence and additional evidence gathered by IPID. The final IPID report that I later issued later contradicted the position of the then Minister of Police, the late Honorable Mhleko. Sorry, not Mteto. Who stated, Minister Mhleko, who stated that IPID recommended that Ramat and Sabir be criminally charged with kidnapping and defeating the ends of justice. So you took issue with that. Do you want to?
The key element of the difference in the two reports was that the first report could not have been finalized because cell phone record analysis report was not added to it or factored in. Point being, the cell phone analysis report could either implicate further or exonerate. It was not factored in. So on reflection and on study of the report, which had not been added initially, it was clear that General Sabir was not anywhere near the scene of crime, and it appeared to be a stitch-up. He was getting framed for a case he had nothing to do with. In fact, the people making statements against him were the very people who, together with one of the DPCI guys, handed the people over unprocedurally, irregularly, to Zimbabwean authorities.
Your affidavit and other supporting affidavits and other reports also form part of the court record in a matter. I want to refer to RJM 7 on page 288. That is a High Court judgment of Madam Justice Kathri Setlowani.
Yes, I have it.
It was a judgment delivered on the 4th of December 2015. As indicated in the head note of the reported judgment on page 288, the learned judge says this application concerns the independence of IPID, which is a statutory body established to investigate alleged misconduct and offences, including corruption committed by South African Police Service. Central to the question of IPID's independence is whether certain aspects of the legislative machinery regulating IPID afforded independence required by the Constitution. Then there's a reference in paragraph number 2 that when you took office, you became responsible for a publicly controversial IPID investigation into the alleged involvement of Lieutenant General Dramat, the then Director of Priority Crimes Investigation, DPCI, Major General Sabia, the provincial head of DPCI. Then is a short recordal of how the investigation panned out. She says that Advocate Mosing of the NPA was responsible for overseeing the investigation, that's the IPID investigation, IPID sent Mosing an investigation report dated 22 January 2014. That's the January report, that's the first report.
Yes, indeed.
That's what is called the Cuba report.
Yes, yes.
The report, which was signed by Kubeka, concluded that Dramat and Sabia were involved in the illegal renditions and recommended that they be criminally charged with kidnapping and defeating the ends of justice. A subsequent and final investigation report on the matter, dated 18 March 2014, was signed by Kubeka, Mr. Matthew Sissoko, Chief Director, and McBride, and submitted to the NDPP on 13 April 2015 for a decision on prosecution. The report concluded that there was no evidence to suggest that Sabia and Dramat were involved in the illegal rendition of the Zimbabweans and recommended that no charges be brought against them.
The only correction is that the report is finished the 18th of March, but I signed it before handing it over to Masana on the 9th of April.
Okay. I was just reading from
Yes,
the judgment.
Yeah, no, I just mentioned it for completeness.
Yeah. So
lest it may appear that I might be omitting things.
As long as it's not intentional or intended to mislead.
No, definitely
we all suffer from that fault line. Then this goes on to say that the Minister of Police, who is the first respondent in this application, had serious concerns with the recommendations in the March report. That's the final report.
Yes, sir.
In relation to Dramat and Sabia, as they were inconsistent with the recommendations of the January report. Relying on the January report, an investigation which he had commissioned Waxman's attorneys to conduct on the production of the two investigation reports, the minister initiated a suspension proceeding against McBride for alleged misconduct and placed him on precautionary suspension on 24 March 2015, just after a year after he took office. Then the learned judge references the powers or the statutory powers on which the then minister relied. You received a notice to attend a disciplinary inquiry, including a charge sheet. Then she goes on to say, in instituting the disciplinary inquiry, this is on page 289, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members, at the top, the minister relied on the same removal power, section 66A of the IPID Act, read with the provisions governing disciplinary proceedings under the Public Service Act and the IPID regulations. And this was the charge. The charge sheet, the charge against McBride is essentially that McBride improperly altered or caused the alteration of the recommendations, findings, and evidence in the March 2014 report, to protect Ramat and Sabia, and that he gave instructions to Kubeka and Sissoko to act in a manner for the same improper purpose. The merits of the charges are denied by McBride, Kubeka, and Sissoko are not at issue in this application, as they are subject of a disciplinary inquiry instituted by the Minister to be determined in due course. It is, however, the Minister's suspension of McBride and the institution of disciplinary proceedings against him which have led to the relief sought in the present application. Do you want to comment any further on this?
Yeah. So, indeed, the High Court mainly dealt with the aspects relating to the minister's unilateral right to institute disciplinary proceedings, and that it gave too much power to the minister and removed the independence. And in this particular case, the minister disagrees with the recommendation and therefore moves to discipline. So those are the key issues, really. The minister, for an independent body, cannot interfere or suggest the outcome of an investigation. It's beyond his powers, in particular in an organization that's like IPID, you know, which is a creature of the Constitution.
So in that matter, the High Court had set aside your suspension.
That's correct.
Or the rule that it was invalid and unconstitutional, and that the minister didn't have the powers to suspend you.
That's correct.
Because of the independence of IPID.
Yes.
The matter was escalated to the Constitutional Court, which is Annexure RJM2 at pages 36 to 65. That is a judgment for the full court, unanimous judgment by Justice Boshielo. Have you got it, Mr. McBride?
Yes, sir, I have it. Thanks.
The order of the Constitutional Court, which was decided on the 6th of September 2016, is at page 37, declaring those provisions set out on that page as invalid, to the extent that they authorize the Minister of Police to take disciplinary steps pursuant to the suspension, or to remove the Executive Director of IPID.
Correct. And
Parliament was also directed to cure the defects in the legislation within 24 months. On page 38 at paragraph 4, the order reads that it is declared that the decision of the Minister of Police to suspend Mr. Robert McBride from his position as Executive Director of IPID is invalid and is set aside.